And
Oh.
All right, we're live. So it's 9:30 your time, 10:30 my time. So we got this going up on the Fox Valley Whiskey Society group page.
Hey, bud, go away.
I'm just going to I need to get something.
You're fine.
Don't wake your sister. She's finally quiet.
She's not sleeping, dude.
You don't think so?
I just left the room where she was staring at me.
Uh-huh.
Like poltergeist style.
Did her neck spin around?
No, not yet. I'm so excited to try I almost said Whiskey Pig. Whiskey Pig. I'm so excited to try Whiskey Pig. Whistle.
We got so we're on Instagram Live right now. Looking at the screen through the Fox Valley Whiskey Society. We're on YouTube, the Facebook page, and the group page. So I know it's late, guys. So, but happy Friday!
Thank goodness.
Heck yeah, man.
So we're gonna do some blind tastings of some ryes tonight. I picked Old Overholt, one of my favorites. Old Overholt. I have the E.H. Taylor Rye, Elijah Craig Straight Rye, Sagamore Double Rye, and then the new Castle and Key Restoration Rye.
Excellent. Have you tried that yet or no? Have you actually?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've had all. Yeah.
Okay.
The Castle and Key is absolutely fantastic.
Cool.
Absolutely.
We haven't been able to find.
That's what we've been looking for.
Did you find that in Chicago, Mike?
Nope. My good friend Dan Johnson lives down in Louisville, and he picked up a couple bottles, and he shipped them. He shipped us some olive oil. We'll say. Yeah.
That's what I said.
I love olive oil that has rye in it. It's my favorite olive oil.
Me too. Beautifully distilled.
Olive oil.
Rye olive oil.
Aged naturally.
Aged perfectly. Yes, and then who said the Tattersall? Whoever said the Tattersall, Tattersall as well.
Very cool. Okay.
All right. What do you guys have?
So
you guys got everything in front of you.
We do. So we have. I can't look at the. Don't look at the letters.
Don't look at the letters.
So we are.
Don't pick it up.
Okay. Don't pick it up. Okay.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig. So this is our first introduction to Whistle Pig. We have yet to get one. This is a Kenwood pick. They talked me into it, and it was actually a really outstanding price. We have the Wilderness Trail Distillery Binny's pick. We have our first time trying any Knob Creek. So Woodman's has this Knob Creek pick. They told me it's been around for a while, and they just found more boxes of it, and they sent it to them because they'll sell it. So it's still the very, very old, well, not very old, but you know what I mean. $30, guys. So if you go to Woodman's, I'm so sorry, Mike. If you go to Woodman's, it's only $30 there. She's like, we're clearancing them. And I was like, is this the right price? Balcones, and then we have the Redwood Empire Rye Whiskey.
Oh, Redwood Empire.
Yeah, I
scooch these over here though now, so you don't see the bottle.
Oh, okay. Police
accident.
in your home? Is that what that is? Is there a
no
siren?
That's a
sounds like
child.
it.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna yell real quick.
So, guys, if you guys are out there watching Instagram and or Facebook, please feel free to join us. Whatever you guys are sipping on tonight. Liz, thanks for joining us. I hope you have us up on the big screen.
What's the whistling or screaming going on? Says Liz. That's the Whistle Pig. We're trying it for the first time.
It's very loud when you open it.
Very loud when you open it. It's
everywhere.
weird. I think it's the proof. It's barrel.
Oh my god. Real quick shout out. So Andrea and Mike, who were able to pick this up for me from the distillery, along with one of their bourbons. So hello, Andrea, and hello, Mike. So I don't know. I know what I have in front of me, but I don't know what's what. So how? What do you guys have? I see A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E. So we'll just go through and just kind of figure out what it is. So you guys have never had Whistle Pig before, right?
No. Whistle Pig's new to us. So we're excited about that. Have you had them or no?
I've had Whistle Pig, yeah. So there's they're out of
Make sure you don't erase
Vermont?
the letters either.
I think they're Vermont.
Okay. Why did I see Alberta at one point? Oh, you know what? Someone had commented on the the Woodman's picks being out of Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah, I think a lot of what they source is Canadian rye. I believe.
Oh, right.
I think
Okay.
So if I'm incorrect, Instagram or Facebook, please correct me. So I don't know.
It's hard to tell the smells in these glasses.
Yeah. Good bad glasses.
Sorry.
We need to get more.
And of course, I broke one of our brand new glasses.
I got some Copita nosing glasses, which are awesome, by the way, if you don't have a Copita glass. But she already broke the one, so we're 50% down. That's interesting. I'm getting a lot of mint in mine. I noticed with the rye, Mike, that a lot of the thing that comes to mind right away is mint. Like
mint, spearmint.
Yeah, like right away. Yeah. I have a hard time. I've seen people describe it and say like, "Oh, I taste like rye bread," right? Mm-hmm. I've yet to find one that really tastes like rye bread. And you off the top of your head that you,
because I love rye bread.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Where was I, and what did I have the other day?
Let me try another.
And by the other day, this was probably like a month ago. It really reminded me, and maybe a pinhook, maybe.
Okay.
Reminded me
pinhook. How do you like pinhook?
So I used to not like. I used to not care for them at all.
Okay.
I had one of their ryes. I think it was Rye Humor, which was the light green wax.
Yeah.
Didn't really care for it. Actually, ended up giving it to my buddy Steven. Because that's not my style of rye that I like. I don't like that minty spearmint, peppery. I like the fruitier citrusy ryes.
That's like.
I ended up giving it to my buddy Steven. But Pinhook has some bourbons that are absolutely, absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Pinhook.
I always pass by them, and I love their logo. They're the one that has all the racehorses on them.
Yeah.
Man, this one's spicy.
It is very spicy. It's like it's kind of a one note too.
It's very
one note.
This tastes like classic rye.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you taste?
This one for me is, and obviously I'm drinking something. We're drinking completely different.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that number one for me is Elijah Craig Straight Rye. It's a little peppery, a little bit of raisin on the nose. But I'm going to say...
You should write down his so you remember.
Rye.
All right, first pick for you is EC Rye.
By the way, I don't have a spit cup. I'm swallowing all these. It's Friday, and I'm here to get one.
Yeah.
Who spits out what?
We're here.
What? Yeah. I'm not spitting.
No spitting. No spitting.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I don't know that I have a guess yet. If I had to guess...
Do you need to see the names again?
No.
No, this isn't one of them.
It is. Yes, it is. It's a redwood. Yeah,
it is. Oh, it is. Sorry.
I actually forgot. Because this one is growing on me as I sip it. I'm going to go...
Yes, Liz, always.
What does Liz say?
Always swallow.
This is my kind of tasty. Wait, no. Your kind of... What? No. Has to be your ass. No, what? The bull. Your bull. No.
You got to leave some of it so we can go back.
I'm trying to. I'm just finishing it. I'm going to say this one's Wilderness Trail. I like it. It's sweet. It is minty. But it's very... It has a good peppery spice to it.
Ooh.
All right, we going to B? All right,
yeah, B's got some interesting.
Yeah, I moved on to B, and I'm pretty sure I know what this one is as well. Of course, it's always like when you say you're confident in what they are.
Yeah.
And then they're just completely backwards.
What is it? Oh, I know what this is. I don't even have to. I know exactly what this is because unfortunately we have had this one, and this is. I don't want to say it yet. We'll see if you can guess it.
Probably not, because my nose is the
easiest guess in the world. Like it is just, I can smell it from right here. It is punch you in the face. I'll say it out loud after you taste it, smell it. Do you remember that? Oh, so funky.
So I'm pretty sure.
Funky.
I'm pretty sure for me, one is Elijah Craig Rye, two is.
I got some tobacco.
Two is E.H. Taylor.
Tobacco.
E.H. Taylor,
Great rye,
okay.
by the way, great rye. So
I wish I haven't been able to find it yet for below $200, which I'm like, nah.
mine I
would taste
found
like a
at
cigar.
Benny's North Aurora for
Okay.
$75 $75 something
Is that pretty normal for the rye?
for Woodman's. Yeah,
Oh,
for Woodman's.
gotcha,
it
okay.
is.
Taste that again, and I want you to think cocoa, tobacco, leather. Just gonna say those three words.
I said a cigar.
Oh yes, 100%. Do you have a guess of who that is? Because I know who it is. Like there is zero doubt in my mind who that is.
That's the Balcones?
Absolutely. Balcones Rye. Have you had it?
No.
Man, it is different.
Yeah.
They grab it for me. The Balcones, it doesn't even matter if I see the letter. Like I can absolutely
it
positively promise you it's B. Like it's so distinct. Man, it's weird. Oh, right. Northwest Texas.
But it
Rye. Some
it begs
crystal
for another
chocolate.
sip.
Yep. It when you first taste it,
Even
Mike,
though it's so
like,
different.
it and you've probably tasted more that tastes like this, but it's got this really almost borderline smoky thing going on.
Yeah.
It's very close to like being at a barbecue smoke. Like it's really dark tasting.
Mm-hmm. And
That
you do
doesn't
get the
surprise
cocoa.
me. That doesn't.
You do get the
doesn't
cocoa
surprise
at
me
the
on
back
Balcones.
end.
Is it? Oh, really? Is that sort of the?
That's kind of their thing. Balcones is known for doing like really just unique, very like sort of like experimental, we'll call it. I mean, they have God only knows how many releases of just kind of, we're just gonna distill it, dump it into a barrel, and see how it goes.
And hope for the best.
Cross our
And-
fingers.
And hope for the best.
And pretty much on the back, here you go. In roasted rye. All right, so Texas company with some crystal chocolate and roasted rye that gives us a rich, sweet mid palate with layers of chocolate over leather, tobacco, oak, and spice. There you go.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. What of Balcones have you had actually? Because that's our first introduction to it, and it came highly recommended from the owner of Kenwood when I was there.
You probably don't need this here.
It was a blue label. No, it was something. It had. It had fire in the name of it. So this was like maybe 2 years ago. Fire brimstone or something.
Yeah, brimstone. Yes.
I've had the brimstone. So this was like 2 years ago. I was with my buddy Dom Garcia. I just went over to his house one day, actually to pick up a bottle. And he's like, "Oh, come down to the basement. We'll sample some stuff." I'm like, "All right, sure, yeah, whatever." And it turned into like an 8-hour just complete binge where we ended up sampling. I want to say, and this is no exaggeration, I think we sampled like half-ounce pours. I want to say 19.
Hell yeah.
19 samples.
Wow.
It was absurd. It was absurd. I had to be like, I felt like I was like dragged home by the back of a car. Like
I can only imagine
Oh,
like
God.
19 half-ounce pours. It tastes like tongue.
Oh, man, I was.
Tongue?
Tastes like tongue.
So
The Balcones
three for
is-
me, I know immediately what 3 is for me. It's actually, this is the style of rye that I like, and I'm going to feel like an idiot if I get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Sagamore, double oak, one of my favorite ryes.
This
So
one's
I'm pretty sure Sagamore is a little bit on the fruity side.
So it's funny you mentioned that, Mike. Last week, was it last week? Yeah, last week I hopped over at Kenwood, which is sort of like my second home away from Binny's if I go to Binny's because I my guy at Binny's. But they had just gotten in Sagamore entirely, and he said, "Hey, we actually just did a pick with them. It's a rye select whatever, and he said, and the guy who picked it, Mikey, was like, dude, if you like ryes, you have to buy this." And I was already holding on to the double oaked because I was like, man, I've never seen a double oaked rye, honestly, before. And I said, I've only heard of Knob Creek does one too, right? Twice barreled or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, the double oaked is like, you have to grab it. and I got their store pick, which is phenomenal. But that double oaked is amazing. We were talking about remember the double oak one was like really awesome finish
For the Sagamore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sagamore. I really enjoy what they're putting out.
I'm torn on this one.
I like this one still better.
That's Balcones. That's the smoke. Liz said she
because I love chocolate. I love cocoa. I love those dark notes. I love my stout beers and
I don't even understand
coffee.
how you get that tobacco leather presence. The
Maybe
way
they
have
throw
it.
an old boot in there.
Old boot distilled.
Old boot distilled.
Do you have a guess for C?
I have no idea. Maybe this one.
Mm-hmm.
Redemption Empire.
Nope. Redwood Empire. Redemption Empire. Just making shit up. Redemption Empire Creek. It's the not release.
Damn it, Sharon! I can't find that Redemption Empire anywhere.
You know, I will say, Redwood Empire, I swear to God, if you guys go all start buying this shit, I'll lose my mind. But Redwood Empire Last Monarch is awesome.
The Lost Monarch is my absolute
Lost
favorite.
Monarch.
So maybe like a year. No, it was over quarantine. I put together a bracket, like a March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
And I shared it. I think it might actually be in one of the files at the top of the group page. Anyways, over the course of whatever it was, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We went down and sampled. Lost Monarch came in first place on 2 of my brackets. It's one of my absolute favorites. As a matter
Just
of
going to
fact,
the fifth one?
sort of Old Overhaul.
Oh, no. Yeah. Old Overholt is awesome. Sharon's not. So the thing with Sharon is like, I want her to like ryes, but she also doesn't really like spicy food. On the other hand, do you like spicy food?
Love spicy food.
Okay, so I'm the same way. So it must be a characteristic of rye lovers because I love spicy food. So ryes I just naturally gravitate towards because you get that sweet, savory palate hit for most of them, and then you get that awesome peppery finish on a lot of them, not all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't like it so peppery. I love when the whiskey takes me on a ride, but then I'm not like
What the fuck is
spicy.
that?
So I'm pretty confident I got all of mine right. Maybe 1 and 2 I got swapped, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident I got all of mine right.
Do you have a guess on that one? I don't want to say.
Wilderness Trail.
Okay, interesting. Okay, we're gonna say you said Wilderness Trail.
I don't know, because I feels like I was just going on a hike.
Who says that?
Me, obviously.
You know, I really like your guys' store pick you did. It feels like I'm going on a hike every time I take a step. I love it.
Without leaving my home.
It's sort of like a weird...
Having to worry about bears.
Yup. We're going to have you write the next store pick on the description on the back. It's a wonderful, balanced, nutty flavor. It feels like you're just nuzzled up against a fireplace with bears and zombies knocking at your windows.
Oh my goodness.
I guessed Whistle Pig because I'm just guessing Whistle Pig because it's a little hot, peppery, a little bit of that numbing aftertaste.
It's like on the inner part of the lip.
Yeah, it's like everything's like it's like vibrating.
Whistle Pig to me is very like bubble gum. Like
yes,
like a big league chew. It reminds me of bubble gum. That's one of the every Whistle Pig that I've ever had. I always get that characteristic out of it. Is that like bubble gummy taste?
Go up and see her. Just close the door. She's pretty angry. Can you go see her?
You just hang out with her. Is the TV on?
Yeah. Oh, it's on.
Okay.
She's just upset that she's in bed and we're all partying.
Yeah, she wants to be down here with us.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with Whistle Pig. I get the big league chew for sure. I understand exactly what you're saying. But, I will say it doesn't taste, if that is Whistle Pig, it doesn't taste like, I don't want it to sound like I'm making it sound cheap. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't taste like, it just has, I know what you mean by it. It has this sort of like that dusty, like when you first chew into it, it's like really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. This is weird. No.
Okay, what did I just get?
Shit. Is that Knob Creek? All right, so while we're tasting, Mike,
I still need to figure out, like, I get this essence of distinct smells, but I just have a really hard time putting a word to what I'm smelling.
You have to learn the wheel, right? I mean, like, you have to really...
But very distinct in smell.
Oh, you know, I might have been wrong on one of those.
So, that has to be Knob Creek, right? Like, to me, that tastes like the classic rye. And I feel like that's what Knob Creek does really well. They're like, hey, you want to taste what this should taste like, this should smell like, this should finish like.
It has the spice. It has the pepper, but it's not lingering.
Nope.
Like,
it has a good finish. It's
I mean, it's a long finish.
But it doesn't like punch
But
in
it
the face.
doesn't, yes, you're not like in pain.
Correct.
Because I'm more sensitive to that pepper pain.
Which one? Pepper pain. It's got a sweet finish, but a pepper pain that'll knock you out. It put me down with its pepper pain. Did you have you had Knob Creek Rye before or no?
I have a Rye Creek in the other room. I didn't grab it because you guys were doing that. It's not a Benny's pick though. So
Okay.
I don't remember where I got that at.
I cannot see any of those messages.
It
Is
says,
anyone saying anything?
Yeah, Liz
Can you
is
see
saying
them?
give your child some whiskey. We have actually done the little
we've done the dip.
The funny thing is when we did it, she was like more, and I was like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna
maybe this was a bad idea.
We're gonna stop doing that. That backfired.
We're gonna nip this in the bud right now.
That didn't work out. The child's in AA. She's
At the age of
18
2.
months. Yeah, she's gonna be 4. She's 4 months sober. 4 months sober.
Did you guys go through your 5?
We are through our
did.
5. I have my guesses. Do you have any changes?
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
I feel like this is a good quality one.
I just folded up a piece of paper. Basically what I did is I wrote everything on like little pieces of paper, flipped them over and poured the whiskey, and then I just jumbled everything up. Pretty sure, just based on taste alone, I was able to get everything correct. But the name is on the bottom of my coaster. I'm pretty sure I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to show the camera. I'm pretty sure the first one is Elijah Craig Rye. Oh, damn it!
What is it?
Old Forester.
Old
Overholt.
He doesn't have. Really interesting. Oh, damn it! What a perfect start.
Dun da da da.
Shut up.
Our first one was Knob Creek.
No shit.
Yeah.
That means the last one's Wilderness Trail. Has to be. Shut up.
Yeah. Should we pour some more? Retry. Did you leave me some?
I left you a sip.
Okay.
Wow, for 115, there's like nothing to it. I'm not gonna lie, I sort of cheat when I do these and I try to guess by the proof. I don't know if you do the same thing.
Man, that old Overholt really threw me off.
You know, I've yet to see an Elijah Craig Rye. What? Well, I guess we'll find out once you get to the one.
I don't know. Now I don't know which one.
Just kidding.
So I had 2 as E.H. Taylor. I know I got number 3 right.
The move has gotten you all mixed up.
Okay, so hold on. Let me flip this one over then.
Just blame it on that.
Overholt.
It's because he's near the ocean now. The
That's
salt
right.
water is
the
messed
salt water.
with his
It's screwing
palate.
it up.
So that was.
And we already determined what our B was.
It's Balcones.
We knew this one.
Rye.
It's sort of hard not to know Balcones because you're like, oh, I'm drinking an ashtray in a good way.
But no, I like it. I like drinking those ashtrays.
I like drinking those ashtrays. Reminds me of being at a bar in college and making out with random dudes smoking.
Ew, no.
Sorry, my bad.
That's gross. Sorry if some of you are smokers out there, but no. Okay, are we on 3 or C?
I just want to let you know I flipped all of them over already. I got none of them right.
No shit.
I got none of them right. So 3 for me, I thought it was Sagamore.
Mike has COVID.
Oh no!
Probably,
Hold your breath
I
for 10
swear to
seconds.
God, I thought it was Sagamore.
No way.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Did I mix these right? There's no way. Where'd the Sagamore go?
Redemption.
Redemption Rye Whiskey Knob Creek Edition.
Did we get it? We did.
Oh, that one is too simple.
What?
In a good way. I mean, in a good way. So aged at least 4 years. Redwood Empire. You know what I love about the Redwood Empire? It's $29 freaking dollars. That's what I love about the Redwood Empire. Although I will say the Balconies was only 31. So, did you get her out?
She's still screaming. I hear her.
I don't know.
No. You don't want to take her out of her crib.
I don't know how to get her out of her thing. You turned into Vesvela.
Oh.
No. Peter, that's nasty. Do a little Cleveland.
What?
Peter. Cleveland.
Where did that come
From
from?
the Cleveland show. Okay.
Are you good? Should we go on to number
I'm
4?
I'm waiting. Mike's digging into. Is that Sagamore?
So you know what threw me off the most was the E.H. Taylor and the Sagamore.
Interesting.
That really threw me off because I remember Sagamore being like that.
Do you want to say hi?
Like that fruity rye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Wait.
dump a couple.
Hello.
One of it like
This is our little one of them.
I'm gonna dump this.
All right. Man, that only leaves 2 left. All right. Hold on 1 second. Don't say anything.
All right.
Don't say anything like it's gonna affect my taste. Don't say anything. That has to be whistle pig.
You're right.
It's too bizarre.
But you can see the letter on the bottom already.
I did not see the letter on the bottom.
Oh. But yes, you were correct. Whistle pig.
Oh man, Whistle Pig's awesome.
Let me retry it.
Man, that's good. It's so different. That's sort of what gave it away. Oh, it says right in the back here, Vermont. Shoreham, Vermont. Hand bottled.
Yeah. Man, this E.H.
So
Taylor,
then-
I don't know, I should
it of course
this
leaves
a lot
it.
more. This is fucking awesome.
The E.H. Taylor is?
Yeah, God.
Do we have that? Yeah, we have that one.
No, we don't have E.H.
Oh,
Taylor.
we don't?
Right.
Oh, we don't have the rye. We have the bourbon.
I have so much damn small batch. I have like this curse every time I see E.H. Taylor. I'm like, I'll take it, sure. Every time I walk past it. She's still pretty angry.
She is.
Wilderness Trail.
She's like, I want to be on this stream.
Dude, Wilderness Trail's killer. I forget, was it in Fox Valley Whiskey Society?
Mhm.
It was either our society or Chicago Society, one that I saw. Someone commented on the Wilderness Trail. And that they were like, I went and bought a case of them, a case of 6. And I understand why. The Wilderness Trail is really, really, really good.
This definitely has more of a creamier, heavy mouthfeel
Yes.
out of all of them.
It's cast strength. Is the Whistle Pig cast strength? I don't think it is. It's single barrel. Hand blah, 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 blah. Always love when it says hand bottled. Like, how else would you bottle it? All right. You know, I'm curious, what is the, so you said what about the restoration? Did you try that one too? Did you get that one
I'm
right?
gonna re-pour that one because I've only ever had that one. I don't know, once, maybe twice. I just got it not that long ago.
Are they only available in Kentucky?
You think so?
Okay. That would explain why I've had a hard time finding it in Chicago.
Makes sense. Road trip.
We were just watching the story about them on Neat, and I was like, man, that's, again, whiskey's all about, to me, it's half what's in the bottle, and half of it is the story and the romantic backstory of
And
it.
the earth around it.
And the ground, yeah. And we were watching Neat, and I was like, man, this Castle of Key sounds awesome. Although she left.
She did leave. We had in December, we had a round table discussion with myself, Dan Greisen, Jeff Schwartz, the whiskey fellow, and then Sam Green, who was author of Beginner's Guide to Whiskey. And
we just missed.
I mean, it's you can speculate all you want. Ultimately, we don't really know why she left, but this is supposedly what she was working on.
Well, it's just interesting that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it for that long, and then all of a sudden you just like up and like later.
Yeah.
So makes you sort of wonder.
Man, these three really threw me off. It was
It's
the
not
Page
Creek.
Taylor, the Castle and Key, and the Sagamore. I was so confident in this that the Sagamore. What did I have for? It was number 3.
Yeah,
Actually, number 2.
balcones. Okay, you like that?
I'm
balcones.
all about the balcones.
Liz, you got to get some balcones if you like.
It is like, it's just so different from all of them. Total coffee cocoa.
They're
Like
so weird.
so much coffee cocoa. And I love it.
It tastes like a cigar when you first get it on your palate.
It does.
It's so bizarre.
It is. But you want to drink more.
It
Like,
sort of
it
gives
just-
you that, like, burnt ends, like ribs, burnt ends, or brisket. No, it's ribs.
Yeah.
Ribs, burnt ends. It tastes like that at first, which is it's just insane.
You
to me.
know what? I think I really, really enjoy this one is
It has a red ribbon.
no. I do enjoy it, but it brings me back to my childhood.
Okay.
Going to my grandparents' house, and they had this little side table next to their couch, and my grandpa always hid like candies and stuff in it, so I would sneak candies every now and then. But he also had a pipe. He was a pipe smoker, and I would take the pipe out and I would like puff on it.
Hell yeah.
I would like suck in the air, and I would taste the tobacco and stuff that
You
was
inhale or
left
no?
over.
You didn't
Billy
inhale?
Badass over here.
Yeah, Billy Badass. Yeah.
And
no big deal.
this is like a childhood memory in a bottle for me. That's why I like it so much.
It's so I can like guarantee you that you are not going to taste another rye that tastes like that.
no.
Like abso-freaking-lutely not. Mike, Desert Island Ryes. You've been doing this longer.
Oh,
You have to take. I mean, I don't know how many you take, but like you're probably going to take at least a rye.
probably. Yeah, honestly, it would have to be either probably Tattersall, but the Benny's pick of Tattersall, the one that's
Benny's
like
pick of
63, like 100 and what is that? 100 and whatever proof, 60.
106.
Yeah, no, 120. What is that?
Oh, 120, 126%. Yeah.
Through there.
But I just poured the Tattersall,
She said I can't.
the Tattersall rye from the distillery, which is a 100 proof.
Yeah. Is Tattersall? Well, you said it's a Benny's pick. Of course, it's available here. Is it
Yeah, the
recent?
Benny's pick is available at Benny's, obviously.
Yeah.
But I have a buddy of mine that lives up in Minnesota, and he was able to get me there from the distillery, just their regular 100 proof rye, and then their new bottled and bond bourbon.
I just had an epiphany over the balconies.
Okay.
It literally is a liquid version
Okay.
of a chocolate covered coffee bean.
Whoa, you're right. Holy shit! That's.
If you like chocolate covered coffee beans, you're gonna really enjoy this
Oh
one.
my god, you're dead on.
Yeah. That was my epiphany.
Who
Nice
said?
job.
Oh, there it is. Dan Bryson. Desert Island Rye, Old Forester, or Baby Sazerac.
You know, Old Forester won our taste off. It beat out that Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, which I think the more I sip on that Jack Daniel's, it's really, really good, right? And I get why people are super hyped about it. What I would tell you, though, if you haven't had it and you feel like you're missing out, it smells outstanding. Like the aroma of it is awesome, but it's sort of a mess in the mouth. Like it is, It's a little all over the place, which is weird because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the proof. Maybe it's the Benny. Ow. Maybe it's just the Benny's version of it is 100. I noticed too that people were posting pictures, and each one of them sort of had a different batch. The one we have is 132, and a couple other people posted one that was 129, 131, and I saw a 130 in there. But it's sort of just it's doing a lot on the palate, and it doesn't really nail any of the things. You know what I mean? Like it's almost palate confusion. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good term. It
just I couldn't put down what I didn't love about it. I think it's really good, but then I almost feel like it's hard to compare to Old Forester is just really good, and you have to factor value in.
We had that palate confusion a couple weeks ago when we were sampling the Whiskey Acres barrel pick that we did.
Yeah,
two of them. One of them specifically, it wasn't B.
Was it
D? I want to say it was like D or E,
I think
whatever they were. My notes are somewhere, but I couldn't. Nobody could pinpoint like what is that? What are we getting? And ultimately, none of us were like. We were all like, whatever. We're not going to pick it either way.
Yeah,
so.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I guess my point is like there's. I'm learning quickly that there's element of hype around things, and don't get sucked into that cost. And then the FOMO. Like FOMO is very real, especially with the fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. So you feel like you're missing out on this, and I'm very susceptible to it, as you can tell from my what's in the boxes. Because I'm like, oh my god, I have to buy this because I'll never see it again. And I'm getting past that right now, and going more towards like the cheap stuff, like the old Granddad one. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Keep going.
Judgmental jerk. But trying to more so like hang out. We picked up 1783.
Yeah.
1793. Heaven Hill. No, Heaven Hill.
The Evan Williams.
I thought it was 1780.
No, it's 1783. It's one of those years. It's within that decade.
Right.
But
it's 1783.
And it's shockingly good. Right? Like it's shockingly good. And the reason I got it is because it was at Woodman's for $15. And I'm like, I've never seen this for $15 ever. It's at least 20 to 25. Grabbed it. The bottled and bond, help me out. What was what am I thinking of? The white label. Evan Williams, white label. Bottle, like awesome. Again, they had that for $12 there yesterday. I think that the interesting spot, like you always have your one-offs that are doing some really cool stuff in the high range. But I feel like those are few and far between nowadays, maybe. Is that crazy to say? You've been doing it longer, so.
I already tried that one.
It seems like I
don't think
the higher price you go, the more diminishing the return is.
Typically, yeah. Yeah, you get to a point of like diminishing value.
Yes.
Where you're not going to,
Like I mean, this is $29, $31. I mean, technically, this is probably more than it should be, but it's $30.
Somebody did something like that on like, they posted something on one of those like Facebook groups, like Bourbon Junkies or Dad's Drinking Bourbon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they put a number to it. It was like after $1 a month that you spend, is it really just not worth drinking anymore? And I want to say it was like once you get past like $30, like there's no point in spending that much money
because it's like
on a bottle.
Well,
it was something like $30 or $40 or maybe it was $50. Who knows?
50 would be my like threshold. I'm getting to this point now where like it really has to do something interesting to me if it's going to be past $50. I'm at that point now. I wasn't at the point
now
before.
After like 500 bottles.
I was puffing on a pipe when I was 8, and I did inhale though.
Whatever. I've noticed though when you start getting like, here's a good example. I went over to Binny's today because I wanted to grab that Heaven Hill 7-year, the bottled and bond, the 7-year. Busted it open as soon as we got home. I was super excited to try it because I'd seen some pretty positive buzz about it, and we got the Heaven Hill bottled and bond. Hey, that's my eardrum that you're pulling out.
Sorry.
And I'll be honest, like it's just okay. It's $45, and it's just okay.
Uno momento.
Another one of those FOMO ones. But I did hear that the Heaven Hill 6-year bottled and bond was very, very good, but that got discontinued. And I think that a lot of the reason that Heaven Hill 6-year was so good was because of the fact it was $20 apparently, or something like that. Have you had that one, Mike?
We had a bottle share. Dan Greisen, was that at the first bottle share that we did? Can you type here? I'll put it up in the. I think it was. Is that the green label?
No, that's Heaven Hill green label.
Yep, that's what he just said.
No, the bottle and bond one's different. It was a 6-year bottle and bond. I'm super excited to try this Old Granddad. So we're gonna try Old Granddad for 114. Whoa!
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I am turning off.
So Dan said yes, it was at the first bottle share. So yes, I have had it.
I want to turn down.
That was another night. I don't remember.
Oh my word. Okay, I failed.
Apparently,
I'm terrible with technology.
Apparently, we had both the 6 and 7.
The 6 and 7. What did you think of? So, have you had the 7? So, like, I can you compare the two? Are there? Is the 7 just losing? I mean, I know it's been a while, but is the 7 just because of the fact that it went up? $30? Because I went to go look at some reviews, and Whiskey Advocate was like, hey, it's killer. They gave it a number 4 of 2019, but I think that's people have sort of soured on the fact that it's $40.
I don't remember having either. What did he say? We had both the 6
and 7,
the 6 and the 7. I don't remember either one of them at all.
There you go.
But I know one of them or both of them were discontinued, or they moved it to a new label, or I don't know. There's so much stuff. It's so hard to keep track of, especially with all these new releases. They're discontinuing this. They're coming out with this. They're getting rid of an age statement here. They're doing this. Then you've got all these other plays. It's like, can't you just make up your damn mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Heaven Hill, so they discontinued the 6 in 2018 was what I read. And then they brought back the bottle and bond, and they added a year to it and $30 in price. Okay, Old Granddad 114 is effing awesome.
Okay, so that instantly led to the heat of the tongue. It was like it was like drinking like a warm tea in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go crazy with like the salivation of it. Like it leaves your taste buds just going like, rah.
Dude. And see, that's what I'm talking about. So $25. I've seen it everywhere for $29.99.
I really do need to write reviews.
As high as $35.
Rah.
Exactly. It would be a very short review, one paragraph. The heat of the tongue, and then you swallow it, and it goes, rah! 4 out of 5 stars. Rah!
I will not be a whiskey connoisseur.
Oh, man. Wow. I don't know why I waited so long to grab that. That's going to be killer in mixers, too, I bet. Are you an Old Granddad fan?
Yes. So I have the Old Granddad bonded.
That's the one we got. Yep, initially.
Mm-hmm.
The 114 I love. Who just recently told me? Oh, Byron over at Oak and Swine. I went over there a couple weeks ago to go drop some stuff off, and he's like, "Hey man, have you ever had that Old Granddad 114?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, I got lit." He's like, I was making old fashions, and then the next thing you know, I'm on the ground.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I love old fashions, by the way.
You do love old fashions.
That is my drink.
That is Sharon's drink. Okay, whoa.
See, I don't know what I need to do.
You have to mute it.
Respond.
Just turn it down. Hit the button on the side. Really, really good. Hey, so we also grabbed this, and I'm excited to finally open this because Sharon wouldn't let me do it until we got on here. Have you had Hill Rock?
I've never had Hill Rock.
Okay,
I've
so
never had
You
Hill
just
Rock.
got this today.
I got that yesterday.
During
During the snow blizzard because I was passing Woodman's. It's like, it's already blizzarding, so I might as well stop. They had it. So, and the reason I've passed on it every time I've seen it is because it was $99 or $110. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Woodman's had it I'm slightly tipsy, so I might be. I know it was $70. They had it for $69.99. Which again, I was like, "Is this a price mistake?" She's like, "No. Do you want it to be?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine." So I was putting bottles back and things like that because I was like, "Okay, I can only pick one bottle," because I was mostly buying cheap stuff, the old Granddad, the Knob Creek, and I figured for $69.99, you can't go wrong with the first ever Solera aged bourbon. Do you know about the Solera aging?
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't.
Yes, you
So
do.
have you
We
ever
read
had
about it.
Have you had it explained?
I have a terrible memory.
So if you ever look at any, like when you try to explain Solera aging, so basically what you're doing is imagine almost like a tier system, right? And you have the youngest whiskey on the top, and then you have the oldest whiskey on the bottom. And gradually over the course of X amount of months, years, or whatever, you just slowly add the young whiskey to the older whiskey, and then you add that whiskey to the older whiskey, and
So
add
cool.
to the older. So it's just, they do it a lot in wine. But it's been who else does it? I think Starlight. Starlight might do the Solera aging process out of Southern Indiana. It's a way to build incredible complexity and give tons of character to a whiskey.
So this is Hill Rock Estate Distillery, handcrafted blah blah, Solera aged bourbon whiskey, 46.3 alcohol by volume. Apparently, from the review I read about it, I think it was on Breaking Bourbon, but they were like, it's almost the same thing. He's like, I've passed this bottle so many times, never picked it up. And I think they gave it 4 barrels out of 5, which is pretty impressive for them. Like, they're very picky with their stuff, their reviews. But I was excited to try it just because it sounds very, very, very interesting to me.
So that's Derek Jensen. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is dollar for dollar champ. 100% agree. 100% agree. That's one of those bottles that I keep around like all the time. It's one of my absolute favorites, especially for like $16-17 or something like that, or whatever it is on the bottom shelf.
Yep. It was, I think, 13 or $14 at Woodman's. I'm so sorry. I keep blowing up people's honey holes. My bad. We have to go to Carpentersville.
He
Mike
also
said
said Whistle Pig is one of the most overrated whiskeys. I saw that. 100% agree. I 100% agree. It's great. It's fine. It is what it is. But I think it's one of those distilleries that just.
I mean,
it's different. I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody jumped on because I don't know the label or the bottle. I mean, it's good whiskey. It's fine. But everybody's like jumping all over Whistle Pig's nuts. You know what I mean? It's
totally.
It's like,
I mean,
it's all right.
There's just no complexity to it.
No.
I love anything that has the complexity that takes you on. What did we try today that was new? That we were like, oh my god.
Oh,
which one was that?
I have yet to see it in the wild in a store, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's become increasingly hard to find. I was lucky enough to find a Smoke Wagon uncut, unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
And that one,
it is
took us on.
It is a journey,
right?
Yeah, that one is.
It was like you just.
It's spectacular. That one is really, really good. So Aaron, the owner of Smoke, the guy that you see like on Instagram, the big bearded guy that.
Yeah.
He's Aaron. He's the owner. He has a phenomenal palate, and he knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to blending those barrels together. He did just absolutely phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the thing that I loved is I hopped on. Does this say I happen to like Whistle Pig's nuts? I'm with you, Dan. I've only had one, so I will say out of the ryes, it's very different. Now, if I had a chance to taste a couple others, I'd be interested to see if it's like a one note. You know what I mean? Like sort of like that one note band. Mm-hmm. Where you hear a song or you hear like a chord progression instantly. You're like, oh yeah, it's that band. I'm curious if that's how Whistle Pig would be in the rye world.
So I had a chance to try a Whistle Pig store pick a few weeks ago, and it almost kind of flipped, like changed my perspective on Whistle Pig. But because it's a store pick, it's such a hard thing to like kind of change your perspective on. Right, because it's just a one-off sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Right? Somebody went and picked that specific barrel for its, for the characteristic that it has. But everything else Whistle Pig releases, I mean, it's nothing screams like I have to have that bottle, and I have yet to purchase a bottle of WhistlePig.
Interesting. Okay. You know, the one that always caught my eye when I what was the first place I went in and looked at? Where was the first place? Oh, it was Costco. So that wasn't there. I stopped by the Joliet Bennies, and I went to go look in their glass case because I was like, hey, do you guys have any like rare stuff? I'm just starting to look at this stuff, which I'm sure they were like, oh, great, another one of these people. And I remember seeing the Boss Hog. They had like 4 or 5 Boss Hogs, and I'm like, $500?
Holy moly!
Who the spends $100 on this?
People spend $500 on it, and then they go to secondary and they flip it for like $800 to $1,000.
That's
Weird.
insane.
Yeah, those people. I hope those people stub their toe every night. People that buy secondary. I don't know who it is. If you're watching or you watch this recording, and you were the guy who went to the Naperville Bennies and bought the Magnus cigar blend, and then flipped it on Facebook immediately for $300, you can go yourself. Because seriously, I saw it go up, and I was like, "Oh, neat! I've wanted to try that. I'm gonna splurge. Screw it." And called up Tyler. Tyler from Naperville is a really cool guy. That's really sad when I'm starting to remember everyone's name with different bennies. Tyler's a great guy. And he's like, "Oh no, we just sold the last one." And then I literally pulled up our thing, and I saw it on Facebook feed. It wasn't on Fox Valley, but people reselling whiskey for double the price after you finding it and you're not opening it to drink it, go to hell.
Here, I will say this though, if I see Glass Gem popcorn on secondary, I might have a heart attack just out of excitement. But then immediately I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
You're going to die.
Yeah. Like,
I know we didn't even get one.
No, we did. We're good. We're good.
Somebody will be like, it's
Did we?
not been produced?
Okay.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I think you.
We're good. We're good. Okay. I was gonna.
I'm slightly drunk. So I'm blanking on his name. So
I was
Jim
gonna
Zubik.
lose it.
Jim Zubik, amazing human being.
We didn't get
I
one
fucked up. I forgot.
because I was like, "You gotta get it! You gotta get it! You gotta get it!"
I work
and
like-
I think it was. I think ultimately it ended up being like maybe 36 hours, something like that in total is when it eventually sold out. Anybody who's watching though, don't forget we picked 2 barrels. We picked a rye as well. And
What was it? A and C, right?
A and C, yeah. So
Yeah.
C was the first place. Second
The
was
unicorn.
yeah, and then A was the artisan rye. Trying to
Anyone have the Untitled Calvados cask? Derek, was the
we have
Untitled?
Untitled.
Yeah, we do. Which Untitled Calvados cask? Which one? Which number was that though, Derek?
So there was 2 of them. There was 2 of them that came out. There was a couple of them actually that came out. My assumption is that Untitled just had a bunch of these Calvados finished barrels. I know Wrestling with Whiskey, that guy picked one.
Yeah.
The Adventure Club and Bourbon Society, I think they picked one. And then there was another store. I think there was a couple store picks that picked. I heard no. And if you're watching and you happen to be purchase that bottle and or be on the pick on that bottle, I apologize. I've heard no good things about
Oh no.
Untitled.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've heard no good things about it.
We had the only Untitled we've gotten is the number 13, and it came highly recommended from.
It was good though.
But we love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy good.
That one was awesome.
Yeah.
It was God, I can't remember now.
The other
but
one I
just
saw-
remember really liking Untitled.
The other one we saw, and I'm curious, Bourbon Pursuit. They're a pretty popular podcast and all that stuff. I saw that they have an Untitled pick out there. Was it Untitled Pursuit, or am I remembering that wrong?
So they have a, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they've done an Untitled pick, but Bourbon Pursuit they have their own line. They have Pursuit United, which was
That's the one. Thank you.
January. Yeah, Pursuit United was just released in January.
Yeah.
They actually just signed with Bardstown Bourbon Company as well. Bardstown Bourbon Company is going to be making bourbon for them. So
Okay, so they're sort of a big deal.
Yeah, shout out to Kenny for at Bourbon Pursuit for that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I read about the what was it? I'm sorry, Pursuit what?
Pursuit United.
United. I keep wanting to say Untitled. Pursuit United. And they were like, oh, you can order it on Steelbook. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to grab one. And I was like, oh, it's only $65. Like, no big deal. I'll order that. And then it said the shipping was free and all this other stuff. And I kept trying to hit buy. And I was like, we don't ship to your state, dipshit. It's like you can pick it up.
Illinois.
It's like you can pick it up in Washington, though, or something like that for free. And I was like, oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, there's only, I want to
like
say
a
there's only
15-hour drive.
For ordering online. I think there's only two places. It's Spirit Hub and LibDib. Spirit Hub being Spirit Hub is anybody can download the app and buy whatever craft spirits you want. David Craven, yes, there was an untitled pick at Pride in St. Charles. That one I picked up. David, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the one that was 170? I want to say it was like $170 for that pick, but I don't know if it was 11 or 13. I bought one of them. It was fantastic. So Chris, the spirits buyer at Pride, has a phenomenal palate, and he just knows how to pick great whiskey.
Explain Pride to me. Okay, so I went that day, and I went out there because I was out there for work or something like that, and I stopped by there. And I was trying to find Pride. And I'm like, yeah, there's this place called Pride. I went to Hamar's, right? You'd recommend Hamar's. I went to Hamar's. That was awesome. I went to Global Brew, I think it was called. That was cool, which is just Hamar's, but a bar version of it. Good pours, though. And then I went to go find Pride. And I'm like, where the hell is this Pride thing? And it kept directing me to the gas station. And I was like, this is not right. So I'm sitting at the gas station. So I'm sitting at this gas station. I'm like... I walk in.
He's got an underground thing going.
Well, I walk in. I'm like, excuse me. I'm sorry. You probably don't get these questions often anymore because, technology. And I'm like, but it's directing me to this gas station. I'm looking for Pride. She's like, yeah, the liquor store. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, it's right here. And I'm like, excuse me, where? And I looked around. And she's like, no. It's in the parking lot. It's like a separate thing from us. It's our own liquor. I was like, oh, got it. It was it blew my mind that they have a... Is it a chain?
So you'll have to watch the episode of the Glassless Travel that we did with 93 Octane. For sure. Because if you remember, 93 Octane is the brewery that's also attached to it. Yep. Nick explains it. Nick Ford with 93 Octane explains that relationship really well. If I remember correctly, the Pride is owned by a petroleum company called Parent Petroleum, which is right down Route 38 in St. Charles.
Isn't that like isn't that like BP or something big?
It's technically not BP. They just utilize BP for the space.
Okay, gotcha.
That's why BP is the primary.
Got it.
Literally the only place that you see those Pride stores at. But their liquor selection is absolutely fantastic. He does a really good job of getting a lot of great craft whiskeys in there, great rum, huge beer selection. It was my honey hole for a long time, and I'm okay with telling you guys now since I don't live there anymore. The Pride in St. Charles is a absolute honey hole. Super cheap prices.
Yeah,
great selection, and then they have the points system, the reward system, where every time you buy, it's like whatever a point for every dollar you spend, and then you get access to what's behind the glass or the metal cage behind the counter. My understanding is that they have an allocation room back there that Nick told us about for all the stuff that they're not putting on the floor, and it is. He said it's an absolute goldmine. He goes, there's stuff back there that you'll never ever see anywhere.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's amazing to me how, I'm the one that stays home. Nick is the one that goes out. Making your relationships with the local liquor stores or whatever is so key. That, if you want to get your really unique purchases and bottles that are not found, you need to make those relationships. that is 100% the way
And be
to get
genuine about the relationships too.
Yeah, like you're not reselling them. You just love whiskey. You
Yep.
want to enjoy it. And
Mhm.
like, as long as you show that, they're going to open you up to like so many awesome things.
And you want
So
to
I'm
spend
so
money.
thankful.
And you want to spend
That's
money.
the most important thing.
Yeah,
is
spend money.
You know, my big thing though is
Lots of it.
honestly is you know, stock market did well, but I spent some time just building those relationships. But the big thing though is that it goes without saying. I think all of you already know this, but if you don't, talking to them, getting to know them, find out what they like, and then find out what they're drinking. Like I bought some gin today from my guy at Bolingbrook because he's like, yeah, this is really good. I told him that we got gifted some gin. We had tried it. Glendura, I think is the name of the gin. Got gifted some gin.
Because
Loved
I
it.
really enjoy it. I've never had
And
gin
I did not know
before.
that gin is just vodka with botanicals.
Yeah.
To me, and I think, no offense,
But
vodka
I love
lovers,
it.
I think vodka's garbage.
I mean,
But
who said it? Like vodka only
Fred,
tastes
no. Fred, Booker,
Yeah.
no. Booker, no. Hates
That's when-
vodka. When we interviewed
because
Fred,
it
no.
only tastes,
It only tastes like
what
whatever
you
you-
mix it with.
It only tastes like
Mhm.
whatever you mix it with.
Yeah.
I could make that dumb shit, or what did he? I forget what he said. It much more southern eloquently, but he,
Yeah.
you know, Fred No was telling the story of his pops shitting on vodka, and they'd be like, "Dad, stop," because they'd be talking to like places that are like distilling, you know, selling millions of dollars in vodka. He's like, to me, I don't know, vodka tastes like shit, or it just tastes like whatever else you put in it. Put shit in it, tastes like shit.
That's exactly what it's supposed to taste like. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like,
flavorless,
But-
colorless, odorless. Spirit.
Because my palate isn't the spicy that Nick is.
yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm enjoying gin as well because of
I thought it was cool.
yeah, it's fun because I've never tasted flowers in a drink before. Or
I've never tasted flowers. Next thing you know, Mike, is in the spring. Sharon's gonna be out with the flowers blooming. I'm gonna find her out there chewing on flowers. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I love these dandelions.
I'm chewing dandelions, honey. But yeah, but anyway, my point was that, you know, it just developed those relationships, and it's funny you mentioned that about Pride because I've actually seen that thing you just described. At Pride, because the guy I was just chit-chatting with, and we were shooting the shit, and sure enough, he's like, oh yeah, we have some really crazy stuff in back. I was like what? And he's like, oh, I'll show you real quick. I'm like, okay. And yep, there's
Pretty crazy, right?
yep, there's some stuff back there that you're like,
and cases of it too, not just
yep.
a
Like-
couple of things. It's like cases of it.
I
And
told
you're
the guy-
holding back on all this.
I told the guy, and I was like, well, if the apocalypse hits, I know where I'm coming
Yeah.
first. So yeah, and you know what? And I told him, I was like, what do you, he said they plan on doing some stuff for like charities, benefits, things like that. So I appreciate it. I love stuff like that. So yeah, Pride's really cool. I wish it were closer to me. And it sucks that I'm like getting into this now and we moved to Lockport. We used to live in that area long ago.
Well,
but,
that was before kids.
but yeah, their selection's fantastic though. A lot of store picks too. Like I was really impressed by how many store picks they do.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do a lot. They do a lot. They do. What did they just do? Traverse City, the Journeyman. They've got like 4 or 5 different Knob Creek picks out. Just
They had a lot of old elk picks. I think like 6 old elk picks.
Untitled. So it's beneficial to the brewery that's next door because 93 Octane will then use those empty barrels and they'll age.
That's why they're
They'll
okay.
age
Got
beer
it.
then.
Liz says, shout out, we have to try Empress if I like gin.
Empress. I'll look it up.
Yeah, so that will be on our buy list
And
for
I'm
sure.
totally blanking on the name that my guy told me at Binny's, but it was a blue bottle and it's mixed with.
I drank a lot of it for free, so I learned to love it.
That's always a good price. Gunpowder. It was gunpowder tea. The one he showed me is it's an Irish gin, and it's mixed with. They use gunpowder tea from Japan, and it like everyone said it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, I don't know. Gin's really cool. I like it.
It's interesting.
I like how different it is, but I do appreciate that it's nuanced, right? So,
I mean, I just love, we're foodies, right? We love trying new things.
Sure.
We love flavors and experiencing things. So we're,
like tonight we ate Kirkland hot dogs from Costco.
Mhm.
Foodies.
foodies.
Total foodies. But
We like trying new
just-
things.
we love trying new things. So like it started with bourbon and whiskey and then Scotch whiskey and it's kind of extended. So
I told her I was like, I'm just gonna go to each spirit and like buy a couple bottles of each one of them and try them and see if I like
because
them.
I never had gin before, and you got the Glendalough, right?
Glendalough, yeah,
Glendalough, which was amazing.
really good.
And then we had the regular Glendalough.
Go ahead.
For
Mike.
47 monkeys.
We
47
haven't
monkeys.
had that. No,
47
I
Who's
actually.
watching that knows the 47. Somebody comment. I think it's 47 monkeys or something like that. It's made with 47 different botanicals.
Whoa. You know, that's the other cool thing too that I was just talking to him about today is that a lot of these places grow the things around the distillery, and that's where they harvest their botanicals from, which is so again,
Which is awesome.
so cool.
Like we love the story behind the spirit,
There it is.
Yeah.
47
the
monkeys. I knew it.
juice, right?
Pikesville Rye. Yep, Pikesville Rye. I don't know why I passed on. I should have picked it up. It was the cheapest I've ever seen it at Woodman's, but I was like, I don't want really. I want to stay married. Although you're like a pushover, you would have been like, how much did you spend? I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, okay, open them up. Like,
As long as I have my alcohol to keep me like sane, having 4 children and 2 dogs, I'm good.
Derek, is that a Japanese whiskey, Derek?
Fukano Tenure. Fukano Tenure. I haven't heard of the Fukano Tenure.
Drums Shambao.
Drum Shambao is the gunpowder gin. Okay,
Maybe we should do a gin. We should do a gin tasting next. I'm going to go back to the Tattersall. I'm going to go back because I'm really, really liking this.
Okay, Tattersall. I got to go pick up.
At 50 proof. So go to Binny's and pick up the Binny's pick.
I will. And you're not. I saw
Tattersall.
someone else post the Tattersall, and I was like, oh, I think I've heard of this. And I didn't see it at Bolingbrook today, though. But I'll have to remember that. It's just an excuse for me to go to a store tomorrow.
And spend money.
You know, I want it. I will say the other thing that my guy at Binny's told me is, and if any of you go to Binny's, Bolingbrook Binny's, they're awesome, super nice people. They're not jerks. They want to help you out. They want to talk to you. Just don't be a tater. And ask them for Blanton's immediately. Hey, you guys ever heard of that horse whiskey? It's got a little horsey on it. Got a little
I have
letter.
on the top of my bottle of Sagamore.
Yeah.
It's fun story. So Sagamore, the cork is abnormally. I'm going to go ahead and set myself up here for an innuendo. The cork is abnormally large.
It is.
Right? It's abnormally large for a bottle of Sagamore.
Agreed.
Is it
Just so
a real
happens-
cork? Is it one of those
It's a real-
synthetic?
It's a real cork.
Yeah.
The only cork that is of similar size is Blanton's. I bought a bottle of
That is large.
of Stitzelweller Cabin Still for 1973 Cabin Still, which is old Stitzelweller juice from the Stitzelweller distillery, and the cork broke off. So with those old whiskeys, you have to so the top breaks off, and then you stick 2 little toothpicks on the side, and then you just pull the cork out.
Yeah.
But the cork on that
We
one was also
wish we had
abnormally
known
large, and I was trying to like find another cork that would fit in there because I needed to seal the bottle somehow, and the only one that would fit was the cork from a bottle of Sagamore. I could have put the cork from the bottle of Blanton's on there, but this is a very tall cork, and it wouldn't. The box wouldn't close for my bottle of Cabin Still, so I had to put So I had to put the cork from the Sagamore rye bottle on there, and then I put the Blanton's a leftover letter and on Sagamore.
That's awesome. You know, I will say this Hill Rock, I just tried to show up, but this Hill Rock cork is massive.
It's like an inch.
That thing is a chunky.
That
is a
or
chunky
an
cork.
inch and a quarter.
When you can slap it down, you know you got a cork. Like that is a healthy cork.
Only we've had 2 corks break, right?
Yep.
I don't remember what the first one was.
Good
the second
start.
one was the new one that we got 2 days ago. Which one was that?
We got Old Putney.
Yes.
Putley.
Oh yeah,
The Scotch whiskey.
Putney.
Putney.
The guy,
Putney.
so the guy at the Bolingbrook Binnies, go to it.
We love
he's like,
Dan.
huh?
We love Dan.
That's not his name, but cool.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Wait. I'm
His-
so confused.
His name's Rob. Please don't bother him like with crazy Blanton's questions. His name's Rob. He's my guy. He's awesome. We nerd out together about stuff, coffee especially. That's why I asked the question about coffee. I'm trying to get him into more coffees. But anyway, he's a huge Scotch guy.
Mhm.
So they were able to they found some old cases. I think 2 old cases of this Old Putney ship racing edition or something like that, and they had them on clearance for $25. He's like, I brought them in just to like share them with people, but our cork rotted. So
Yeah, it did. But it was amazing.
it is different.
It was so different. It
has a briny smell to it, which I'm not used to.
It does.
So I initially was like, oh, this smells like, like a salt toilet.
But as you drink it, the taste and the finish of it is completely like a champagne or like a dry Chardonnay. So I was definitely digging it. It was really good.
Any scotches that you're into, Mike?
No.
Cool. Good talk.
No.
I like no. I'm and Dan Gryson. Go ahead and comment because I know what you're gonna. I know exactly. Dan is gonna comment. He's gonna say meh Scotch. So I do like anything from Balvenie. I love.
Okay.
It's
I haven't had
absolutely
them yet.
fantastic. I've had some.
We just got Glendronach. We got a Portwood that just came out that we're excited to try.
Glendronach or Glendronach?
I can't believe you don't like Scotch. Meh, it's Scotch.
Yeah. So
I don't disagree with my alcohol. I'm open to everything.
I ended up pouring a bottle of apparently very expensive Scotch in Dan Gryson's basement. I don't know how much the bottle was, whatever it was.
And your pants are off?
No, and they might as well have been before this because it was the first bottle share that we ever did, and it was a plethora of bourbons. So I ended up, and my palate was just completely fried. And then we had barbecue for dinner. So of course we go down,
God,
a few of us go down to the basement, and I poured this super expensive Scotch. I don't even know what it was. Oh, here it is, $400 bottle of Scotch.
Which one was it, Dan? Do you remember?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
I'm sure he does. I don't. I just to me, I don't know. It just my palate for Scotch is just not, refined enough. I guess
it's different. I will say that
it's hard to put your finger on what you're tasting with Scotch.
Yeah.
It's like everything tastes like grass. Right?
Yeah. I mean, unless it's like an Isla Scotch where it's super, super smoky and peaty and, briny.
Yeah.
Like those characteristics, like, okay, I get the difference between like, a Brew Cladic and a Lagavulin or I don't know, something from Speyside or Campbelltown or whatever. I have absolutely no idea. I can't really discern those flavors. In bourbon, it's a lot easier because I have a ton of it. Scotch, I'm not a particularly big fan of.
Yeah.
Whoa, it was a 28-year-old Highland Park. Wow. Okay. That's expensive. Yeah. I just looked at one today. Well, the reason I bring it up, Dan, is because if you're a Scotch guy, Rob is a massive Scotch guy at Bolingbrook. He does the cool thing about Rob too that I love is that he does a lot of the picks. So a lot of those whiskey hotline picks stuff you see like that. There we go. He's involved with. So he's a really good palate, really crazy nose. But he begged to get in this Glendronach 2 vintages. So he was like all excited to show me. He got a 1993 Glendronach that was $3.99, and then he had in a 28-year-old Glendronach. 28-year-old Glendronach for $5.99, and it's sort of amazing to me that it sat that long. But I mean, Scotch is neat. It's interesting to me.
I mean, it's definitely an acquired kind of taste, right?
Yeah, it's very
I mean,
different. It's a very different, like it's a different car, right? Like there are European sports cars, there are American sports cars. It is a very different automobile in terms of a spirit.
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about like mixing, but you don't really mix scotches, right?
No,
I mean,
Do
no, you should. No, there's
No,
there
like
are
you're
cocktails
drinking
that you
those
can-
straight neat, right?
no, it's
Yeah,
meant to
there
be
are
drank neat.
cocktails that you can make with Scotch.
Yeah.
But no, primarily you want to. It's neat or on the rocks or whatever it is.
Right.
Can you make me a 28-year-old Highland Park old fashioned? Like I could just see someone dying inside. But Scotch, like Dan just said, I literally was just gonna say, Dan, like Scotch has so many flavor profiles. For the longest time, so we got that Nika from the barrel. Oh my! Speaking of, someone said it earlier, Dan. The next
Doing
thing
a
we should do,
Japanese,
let's do a Japanese
A
whiskey
Japanese.
tasting and get more people in.
We only
That would
have
be
Nika, though.
awesome. Well, I would love to pick up a few more, and maybe we could just come to an agreement on what we're going to pick up, and hopefully they're not all $1 billion. Because I did notice that Japanese whiskey is not cheap.
I mean, it is coming across the ocean.
Okay.
Is it now?
I don't even know what to say. Okay.
Pour me
But
another.
I'd love to try some of the other ones.
Alcoholes. Number
Nika
2.
coffee grain. I haven't had that one. I literally have picked up Nika coffee grain. I think 4 or 5 times now. I put it back. But yeah,
Steven, our good friend Steven, our beer guy for the Fox Island Whiskey Society, he has the coffee drink. Brought it to a couple bottle shares that we did. It's
Cool.
all right. I mean, I don't know. I can't get into Scotch. I can't get into Japanese. I don't know. It's not my thing.
I just wrote down
I tried
Fukano
to.
Baby.
I tried so hard.
Who wrote that?
Derek Jensen wrote down Fukano Baby, and I was like,
Is that a good thing or a bad
no,
thing?
like Fukano is one of them. And I wrote down Fukano Baby. So if I would have gone and Googled Fukano Baby, I don't even know what I would have found. I'm going to go ahead and cross out the baby part of the Fukano. Yeah.
Does that mean it's a good thing?
What?
Fukano.
Yeah,
baby?
Fukano. Well, he had
Means a
mentioned,
good thing?
Derek mentioned it earlier, talking about Fukano. Whiskey and Scotch, like tequila and mezcal.
Mezcal. Don't we have mezcal?
What the hell's mezcal?
We don't have mezcal?
What the what's mezcal?
Mezcal is,
I don't know. Isn't it tequila?
Yeah, it's a form of tequila. So what they do is they fire roast the agave bulb, and then they distill that. So mezcal is to tequila what Scotch is to bourbon. Right?
Interesting.
So tequila's
Okay.
sweet and smooth. Mezcal is smoky and earthy and unctuous, meaty. I guess we'll say.
Beady.
I was cracking up because Benny's guy Rob was like what is it called? Lafroig, right? Lafroig. Yeah, he's like, oh, Lafroig's great. It's like you get your smoked meats, your barbecue. And I'm like, in what? Like, he's like, in the taste. I'm like, what? Excuse me? You taste smoked meat in the bottle? So it's like apparently it's your smoked meats and things like that in the bottle, which sort of blows my mind. I don't know. My palate, I'm open to anything. I'll try anything one time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say we got that tequila, and it's just okay. It's okay.
Well,
I'm not going to start sipping on tequila and being like,
that one was so good.
I would.
The one.
I love tequila.
Okay, what am I?
So,
maybe recommend some tequilas then. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm missing
so-
out.
So I'm gonna give
Yeah.
my favorite tequila, and I
Yep.
know you guys are probably gonna appreciate it. It's Don Julio 1942.
Don
You can
Julio.
get it at Woodman's for like we'll say like $125. It is so worth it. So
Okay.
to me, tequila is not a shooter, right?
We were trying to sip on it.
No,
you
no
sip on it.
salt lime shot.
No, but you know what I found is really fantastic with tequila is oranges and chocolate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So,
wait,
like,
what was the
take a
second
sip
thing?
of
Oranges and
tequila
chocolate.
and then take a bite of the
Chocolate.
Yeah. Oh my God. So we did a pairing 2019 with a Mexican restaurant in St. Charles. And we did a tequila pairing with Casamigos tequila.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was grapefruit, orange. There was, it was the oranges, but they dusted the top of the orange with cinnamon. That's what it was. Dude, blew my face apart. It was unbelievable. It was, without a doubt.
That sounds amazing.
Without a doubt, probably one of the most incredible flavor experiences I've had in my entire life.
That's like calling me.
Tequila.
That's calling Sharon for sure.
Oh, it was. I want to say it was the Blanco unaged tequila.
Okay.
With an orange slice, and they sprinkled it with cinnamon. So whichever one is for, you bite into it and then take the sip, or take the sip and then bite.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Oh.
What is the one from the Joe's guy?
Oh, okay. Well, we have the Blanton's barrel one. That's Corazon. I think
No, but what
Corazon
is the
does all
one?
those finishes.
But it just doesn't really taste like much. I guess my issue.
We got your guy from Joe's.
Okie dokie.
Right?
We're gonna keep having this. You're talking over me.
The guy from Joe's.
John Basil.
No.
That's what it is. It's John Basil or Basil.
What?
John Basil.
No, but I thought it was like
chill out,
Mar.
dude. No, John Basil is the brand.
Oh.
Wow, you were slammed already. How am I fine? John Basil is the tequila brand. Joe's Beverage Warehouse in Romeoville, Joliet. The owner's cousin.
Cousin of the cousin.
Yeah, Ivan's cousin.
Yeah.
Owns it. They started that tequila company, and it tastes like toasted marshmallows. But here's the thing.
Oh my God, seriously.
It straight up tastes like a campfire marshmallow.
S'more.
But the only thing I don't know is like tequila, they don't sort of have the same, like you can add stuff to whoops. You can add stuff to it afterwards,
some
yeah?
more?
No. I'm fine. Am I right, Mike? Like you can add stuff to it?
To tequila?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, after you distill it, like whereas bourbon, it's like whatever comes out of the damn barrel.
Yeah.
Oh,
like there's a lot of rules. Tequila has less rules.
Tequila is probably less.
You're doing it.
Yeah, probably. I think you might be able to add, artificial coloring or some sort of, I don't think it's as regulated as bourbon is.
Got it.
What's
that tequila that I always see that is in that beautiful ornate bottle in that blue one? Is that the one you're talking about? That blue one?
Oh, Clase
I don't know.
Azul.
I'm just guessing.
Clase Azul.
It's got that
Azul.
aluminum, that like metal dome on top.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Clase Azul. That's another one. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
That's the one that
It's what time?
Jesus, you're in like another world. A whole new world. Sharon's gone and she is toast. She has drank too much stuff. The rye is good. Anyway, you know what? I think we're good to wrap it up. Man, this is awesome. I appreciate it.
Unless people are watching. Who knows? I'm having fun.
People are watching.
It's a Friday. I don't even care. I tried to do some homeschooling this week.
I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Homeschooling this week sucks.
It was horrible.
Fuck COVID. I'm just going to say it, dude. For real.
That's why I'm living up my Friday.
Kids in COVID, we love our kids dearly. Homeschool, like, God bless you, teachers. God, whatever deity you subscribe to, they should bless you. Because trying to teach children is hell on fucking earth.
Yeah, it is.
It literally, there is a special place in hell for people who have for like,
in hell?
what am I
heaven?
saying? Heaven.
There's a special place in heaven for people
special place in
that
heaven
have to
or your deity
suffer through that.
God, it's just so freaking tough,
it's
man.
bad. It's hard.
Insane. So yeah,
It doesn't
kudos to
sound
you.
fun.
It's not.
That's why I love bourbon.
Hey Dan, you want some kids? You should start having some kids, dude. It's great.
Dan's got two of them.
Do you really? I didn't know you had kids.
Two daughters.
Oh, awesome, man. How old?
One of
Take
them.
your time.
Dan, did one of your daughters, I think, just take your time. That's fine. I think one of his daughters just turned, I want to say, like 13.
I just said
I can't
Dan.
remember
I
how
meant
old he
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike.
Mike.
I don't. No, I don't.
You don't have kids. Dan, you have daughters.
No.
Whoops! I am tipsy because I'm calling you Dan. Tequila Esperanto Selección. Paid $124 it in Mexico. Can't get it here. It's amazing.
Tell your sister to get it next time she goes down there. Put it on her list.
Hey, can you import some tequila Esperanto for us? I don't know if it's legal or not. You might have to go bother a drug mule. You know what I'm saying.
So you guys said, so you have the Wilderness Trail in front of you guys. You have the Wilderness Trail Rye. I was talking with, earlier today, Dr. Patrick Heist, owner of Wilderness Trail and distiller there.
Just hanging out? Like what?
Just shooting the shit. We're gonna be doing a series of virtual tastings with different distilleries from around the country.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome.
I was talking with Pat Heist with Wilderness Trail earlier today. We're gonna do something with them. We're gonna try to get something going with Uncle Nearest. We're gonna do something with Spirit the Frenchwood. And then we have another one I can't remember. Oh, Starward whiskey as well.
Oh
yes,
goodness!
We're gonna do virtual tastings.
We are so excited for Uncle Nearest. You don't know.
So we did
excited.
We did a private dinner with Uncle Nearest in early 2020. I want to say it was like I think it was February actually. I think it was February of 2020 before this whole thing, came about.
Blew up, yeah.
We did it with a restaurant in Campton Hills. We did a private dinner with Uncle Nearest, and we were able to sample the 1886, 1856, and the 1820.
It's amazing.
Had a full, 3-4 course meal with it. Absolutely fantastic whiskey. I know you guys clearly have tried it, right?
Yep.
If you guys have not tried it out there, definitely recommend at least the 1856. If you can find the 1820, good luck. If you do happen to find it on the shelf, buy it. It is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic whiskey.
Amazing backstory too, right? For Black History Month.
Yeah, the backstory is absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Dan Grayson
Goosebumps.
posted today. Yeah, Dan Grayson posted today the video.
Yes.
We watched
that guy. I can't remember what his name is. Excellent, just fantastic backstory. Really kind of touches you in the feels. It just kind of just very.
It does,
very well
and I'm
done.
not gonna lie, teary-eyed by the end of it. Like it's just such a cool story, and when they were like teary-eyed by the end, especially when they reveal who and I don't want to spoil it, but when they reveal who
gotta
the
watch
person,
it.
The person that he was mentoring with, and it's just, man, what an amazing story.
Yeah.
What an amazing.
You have to watch it. I really want.
We're gonna do a virtual tasting with them sometime this year. Wilderness Trail, Spirits of French Lick. We'll probably end up doing one with Whiskey Acres. Starward whiskey, we're going to do one with.
Starward. We love the Starward.
Yeah, we do.
We did.
Starward,
that one was
Starward
so
is
good.
The Australian whiskey. So we're going to do one with them in. I think that one is actually on March 11th.
Okay, cool.
We're going to be doing that one. But for those of you guys watching, either now or later, we'll keep everybody posted. Keep everybody posted on that. But we're going to try to do one live virtual tasting a month. We hope, with different brands from across the country. If anybody is watching this, I know Nick and Sharon. I think you already maybe have got your order in. Sonoma.
No,
Rye.
I didn't send it to you. I'm sending it in.
I think. Are you sure? Maybe. I think you did. Either way.
Okay, I did.
Well, I'll double check. The Sonoma Rye. We only have 10 bottles left, and then it's gone. And then we have the Whiskey Acres Artisan Rye, which is still available to anybody watching now or watching later. Get your pre-orders in, because if you don't get them, you don't get one.
Yeah, don't do what I did and try to buy half the. You get excited about buying half the barrel, and then
I'm gonna buy all of it.
Yeah, Nick over here saying I'm going to buy.
It was busy.
Done.
I work. It was super busy, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go pre-order. My bad, I forgot. Oh, it's sold out. Idiot.
No, that's all right. We've got plenty more. We're working on an MGP pick, MGP Remus. with
Maybe we
with-
can find someone local that'll give us a taste.
Honey, we're good. We have one. Jesus, you're drunk.
Yeah, you guys have one. We're working on an MGP Remus pick with Hamar's over there in Geneva. And then
yes.
we got more planned with Oak and Swine as well. So we've got a bunch of we'll have more barrel picks coming out later on this year.
So Remus 4 is very quickly approaching my favorite. Like, it's so good.
It's so good, dude. Right?
It's so good. Like, I told her, I was like, I gotta get a backup. She's like, calm down. I'm like, no, seriously, I have to
I'm
have
like,
backup
how
for
much
this.
whiskey do we need to
The
have?
Remus 4 is on another level, though. Like, it's just so effing good.
So you're
Oh,
talking
wait.
about the Remus Repeal Reserve.
Remus Repeal 4.
Smaller bottle.
4th, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We're doing
outs-
the shorter. We're doing the.
That's
the-
fine.
The shorter stubby bottle.
That's
which
fine.
is also incredible. So we're going to be doing an MVP pick with Remus through Hamar's. We have a Starlight pick coming out probably within the next couple months. Yeah, we've got quite a few that we have in the pipeline, and I would assume that any of these virtual tastings that we do, we'll probably end up doing some sort of pick with these guys as well, including the Wilderness Trail that you got in front of you. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I don't think
if you
Whistle
guys,
Pig's probably going to call you for a barrel pick based on.
No, I'm all right.
Hey, Redwood Empire, let's get them. Rope them
So
in.
we've tried. They do not do it. They don't have a single barrel program yet.
Not yet. Do they not? Did they just not have the stock yet?
Yeah. They don't have the stock for it yet. I tried months ago.
Wait, who does
and
that?
They're out of
Redwood
California.
Empire. They're out of
Yeah,
California.
They're out of California.
They're
They
their
don't have
own
a single barrel
distiller.
program yet.
Okay.
Yep. Good
I'm
stuff.
still learning.
Hey, Mike,
I
have you
don't
had?
know
Speaking
enough.
of Redwood, so we've had the rye, we have the Lost Monarch. Have you had the? I just totally blanked the name. The other one that has the guy with the tree branches coming out of his head. The red one. It's a red label.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're like 7
Tree
deep into our
branches.
tastings, and we're like, I'm asking you tough questions.
I think that one. I have had that one, and I had it in downtown Batavia at River's Edge.
Excuse me.
River's Edge Bar and Grill, right in downtown Batavia.
Is that still there?
Yes.
Yeah. River's Edge.
Yeah,
is still there.
it's still there.
You haven't
So Melissa, the owner,
ever.
she closed down. They're doing a remodel and a rebranding, but they'll open back up hopefully soon.
We got to get over to
I
niche.
haven't had anything from Redwood Empire that I don't love.
Yeah,
They
I
do
did. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fantastic.
Appreciate everything they're doing. So yeah, we're gonna get over to niche as well too. I want to go over and check them out.
Oh
officially.
yeah. They've got some really good picks. Vinny's an absolutely fan. That was actually the first private event that we ever did for the Fox Valley Whiskey Society. It was through niche.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, you guys can hang out for a few more minutes. I'm going to click end broadcast here. Everybody, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. This is fun. We'll do it again.
Thanks,
didn't get
guys.
too drunk. Yeah, we'll have to do this again now that I'm 15 hours away and
We miss
away from
you.
we didn't get any snow
We'll have to
today.
come
though,
visit.
So, sucks, guys. See you later.
We love
See you, man.
South Carolina.